Hello everybody, welcome back to Corpse Party. We are now still in Chapter 4, and we are here in this spot. We have delivered the tongue back to the girl. I ain't got no clue where to go next, but we've delivered the tongue back to the girl. In this case, other ghost girls still chasing us? Yes. You can confirm that. We're gonna go this way. We're just gonna go back up to the infirmary. I don't know exactly. Well, that gives us even more reason to go back up to the infirmary. We gotta talk to Sachiko. Here we go again. Where the heck's gonna take us this time? Where your friend was splattered. The floorboards beneath that wall. Right under her globby entrails. Where floor dips in blood pools. Drip drop, drip drop. Smelly, smelly, icky, icky. Get in there good and dig it out. Ooh, you chipmunk. What is this, Alvin and the Chipmunks laugh? You got a good laugh out of this, you sick son of a gun. Goodness, if that's where it is. I'm not sure if we can ever bring ourselves to get it. Is someone there? Oh, there's someone there. Morshige, you're alive. Ah, Kishinuma. In our class rep. We're glad to see you're both safe and sound. What happened? It's a long story. So where have you been? I was in the second wing until a short while ago, but I suddenly lost consciousness, and I woke up here. I felt that the air had somehow changed. Oh yes, and I did briefly cross paths with Mochida and his sister. You did? So they're okay too? They are. Though when I ran into Mochida's sister, it seems she and her brother had parted ways. Mochiga, what is that in your hand? Mochiga appears to be grasping a blood-soaked pouch in his hands. Oh, I found this under the floorboards in the hallway, just up these stairs. Is it some kind of charm? Do you want it? Please, take it. I'm merely searching for a certain someone. I have no need for charms at the present time. Yuki's tongue. Well, as with the others, there's a student ID name tag attached to the front. Heavenly Host, Elementary School, Class 5-2, Yuki Kano. Well, I should be going now. Is something wrong, class rep? You seem like you've seen a ghost. Ah, yes, one more thing. Mochida said we should all try to meet in classroom 1A. Okay. I'm guessing. It was from Suzumoto's spot. Maybe it shifted over a few feet and then he got it from there? I mean, if he didn't, then... Oh, he freaked me out. Did you see his hands? They were covered in blood. My eye is itchy right now. It's fine. Yuki! Yuki! I'm gonna do attempt save. Give it back. This girl's missing an eye. All we got is a tongue. That could be enough? That girl was missing a head! And her tongue was enough. Sure. The girl lowers her head, begins rocking slowly back and forth. Yuki Kano. This is for you, isn't it? It's yours, right? Offered the spirit of Yuki's tongue. Thank you very much. We did it. We did it, Shirizaki. All three of them. Oh, the girls on the left and the right. No more! Every time I talk to these girls, I feel like I'm getting closer to death myself. Do you have any idea what that's like? I keep picturing how I'll look when I'm dead. And I'm not even trying. It just pops in my head on its own. And it's such a horrible image. I want to go home. I just want to go home back to my mom, my sister, and Mochida. Shinozaki. Alright, next one's mine then, okay? So just pull yourself together. Dang it, not again. This was big, too. Ooh. Was I knocked out? Where am I? Is this our classroom? No fooling. Shinozaki! Hey, wake up! She's breathing at least. Well, that's a start. Shinozaki, come on, wake up already. Kishinuma. What? Take a look around you. I can hardly believe myself, but here we are. No way. We're back for real? Is this really our school? I don't know. It's really real. Check it out. Here's my desk. And mine too. It's right here. I can't believe it. It's true. We made it. We're home. I don't trust it. I don't trust this. Nah, bro. The moment we open this door, the needle on the clock in the hall is pointing 8, and there's not a soul in sight. What? They chose to fill with personal effects belonging to each Class 2-9 primary assistant homeroom teachers. Miss you even has some cans of cat food in here. I'm not sure that sort of thing should be storing in the classroom, though. Guessing that's Satoshi or Yui or anyone else, huh? Never thought I'd live to see home again. Something's not right. Getting ready to unfold whatever the heck ain't. Guessing that's Satoshi, Yui, or anyone else, huh? Yeah, I guess not. What's this? We're collecting a bouquet of flowers for our dear friend Suzume, who will be leaving us in New York at the festival. 300 yen per person. Contact Ayumi Shinozaki for payment. So where do we go? We're just stuck here? Venturing out in search of others, you find that even the janitor has likely gone home. The lights out in the halls are pitch black. The only red glow of the light next to the fire extinguisher offers the respite from the quaint, quiet darkness of the school hallway. Standing around the darkened corridor of our school building at 8 in the evening just feels so surreal. As the thunder rain grow in intensity, windows begin to condensate with moisture, turning white in contrast to the corridor sea of black. Is this reality? Is everything up until now just a dream? Where am I right now? What am I doing? What? Shinozaki, what's wrong? Oh, shoot. Oh, what in the heck? Oh, what? What? What the heck is this? It's not over, is it? Why isn't it over? Dang it. It's you. Go back. Don't come any closer. It was a rainy evening after school just like this one. On the day I was kidnapped. I remember I had a fight with my mom that morning. Why is she telling us this? I have no idea. I didn't want to see her face. So after school, I decided that instead of going home, I'd park myself in the outdoor walkway for a little and watch the rain. That's when Mr. Yoshikazu showed up and he sat down next to me. I told him about my fight with Mom, and he listened really closely and he kept just saying, uh-huh, uh-huh. He was sick and couldn't speak much, you see, but he's a very kind man. I really liked him. But then, you two are nice people. I'm so sorry. She's so tiny, she must be a fifth grader. Yuki Kano, right? Thank you for what you did back there, for making the effort to help those of us who were killed in that school. Didn't we succeed, though? Why are you still here? No, you didn't. But we returned your tongues. We gave your ability to speak. You gave back your ability to speak. And we've got your murderer to repent for what he did. Is it just you can't forgive him no matter what? Appeasing us isn't forgiveness. It doesn't matter if we forgive or not. Repentance is between the criminal and the victim. It is the sole act capable of moving us. And we exist as fragments of the sacred ground upon which heavenly host is sealed. I believe that moving us is your best course of action. But it's not enough. His repentance just wasn't enough. Through saying his words, the words spoken by the doll weren't enough to appease you. It's not. Hmm? So, what then? Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent stranger after another in this godforsaken place? You child spirits are the ones who summoned us here, aren't you? That's not true. What do you mean by that? We're just the cogs that hold the closed spaces together. But you killed Suzumoto, didn't you? Wait! Let's hear her out. I'm just glad I was able to get even the two of you back to safety. Why the heck are you sounding so concerned about us? I heard about a situation like this with my sister once. A lost soul whose life was ended violently and abruptly, leaving her only a mountain of worries and regrets. It's kind of like stopping short at the edge of madness. With all sorts of thoughts and feelings swirling around in your head, your kindly nature and your sudden hatred of panic begin to spin around and around, and you start acting without any sort of control. Your sister, some kind of medium or something? Yeah, something like that. So what you're saying is, this little girl and the creepy girl we met before are two sides of the same coin. I feel for you, I really do. So please bring the rest of them back. Mochida, Miss Yui, and everyone else too. Bring them all back home. Come on, you can do it, right? I don't think that's possible anymore. Why not? Those close spaces have eaten a lot of innocent souls, far too many, in fact. The grudges of those who died there have filled every last corner of them, and there's no room left. And because the agony and pain has nowhere else to go, it's begun feeding on the minds of souls like us who are bound here. It won't be long before I turn back into a vengeful spirit who attacks people like you without any mercy. So we're gonna lose you as an ally then. So why don't you just hurry up and bring them home right now? Isn't there any way for us to save Mochida and the others? There may be one way. What is it? I think you already know. You have to return to the closed spaces, find all four of us Heavenly Host serial kidnapping and murder victims, and put us all to rest. And the closed spaces won't have their cogs anymore, and they'll begin to fall apart. And you just might get your friends back. You expect us to go back? And this time, if you're having just one person left to appease, we have to go back to the drawing board and appease all four of you. Why couldn't you tell us the Why didn't you tell us the reason our previous efforts weren't good enough? What is there to hide? It's just something I don't want to remember. But if you really want to know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything that happened. Yuki's spirit gently took over Yumi's hand. In an instant, their two beings seemed to merge together into a single mind. Shinozaki! Hurts! Dude, I woke up so late. My throat is like closed. Hmm? What happened to me? Didn't I pass out? So why am I fully aware right now? I can't see a thing and I can't move. It's like the feeling when you're really tired. Sleep paralysis, I think. Where? Why can't I move? Sachiko Shinozaki, the little girl in the red dress, and the only survivor of the horrific murders that occurred at Heavenly Host Elementary School. Following the incident, Sachiko's family fled from the area, moving to another prefecture to escape the frightful memories that remained here. Strangely, however, I've been unable to locate any records of the Shinozaki family. No matter where I look, the information I can find about them comes from news reports on the Heavenly Host murders. Granted, when elementary school becomes a stage for a grisly incident such as this, perpetrated by none other than the principal's own son, it stands to reason the scandal would serve as the primary focus for public interest, with all other details fading into the background. So, of course, learning that Sachiko is safe, further news of her whereabouts was largely ignored in favor of the media circus surrounding the school. But there's more to than that. People weren't just uninterested in learning of Sachiko's history or whereabouts. There's simply no data to be had. Oh, my body, because sleep paralysis, I guess. But I can clearly see the room I'm in now. There's one boy and two girls in here aside from myself. I recognize them. The children who killed the Heavenly Host in that incident, but they're still alive. Fortunately, they're all bound hand and foot and sprawled on the floor, and so am I. It's the real reason I can't move. No, I can't see. Now I'm blindfolding. It's a thing that's happening to me. Since my hands and feet are tied up, I can't remove the blindfold either. Because everything's so much worse. I guess I can't see. I begin to listen more intently. And the helpless cries of the other children echo off from the walls of the cramped room. So scared because my head's gonna explode. What are you doing to me? Why am I blindfolded? Untie me. Cut the ropes. I want us to be able to use our hands and feet, please. Good luck with that. I kept begging and pleading, but all I heard in response was the man walking away. In order. In order. I've never heard screaming like this before. It's pure primal terror cutting through the air, the perfect sine wave. It's the boy at the end. He's been screaming for an eternity. He's being killed right now. Goodness, what's he doing to him? No one deserves this. Dang! Goodness gracious. It's been at least half an hour now. Those inhuman shoes of the young boy being ripped apart from the inside. Finally come to a halt. Without even a single moment of silence, the first of the girls in line and starts screaming for her life as the symphony goes on. Goodness, I can't take any more of this. I'm losing my mind. Just stop it. It's still going on. Just die already. You know what? I don't care. Just get it over with and let me leave in peace. Finally, after hearing it sound like a heavy object being dropped and the noises stopped, the room grew quiet again. Thump. The footsteps are getting closer. All my hair standing on end at this point. Everything below my stomach feels like it's frozen. Like it's something been stricken with severe diarrhea. In order. Goodness, why am I relieved by the silence? This kid is actually just died. It is my turn now. Someone got me by the hair, they're pulling my head up and taking off my blindfold because I get to see the face. The four missing children were found in a basement room at Heavenly House Elementary School, unused and officially sealed to the building's construction. When authorities entered, they were greeted with an unhumanly horrific sight. Based on the evidence at hand, the murder weapon was ready to be a large sewing scissors found in the hand of the accused. Investigators suspected some hesitation on the man's part, or the deceased victim's wounds that indicated his full strength had been used. Nonetheless, he clearly acted with extreme malicious intent. The official cause of death of the three murdered children was loss of blood following the removal of the tongue. But the actual state of affairs was not quite so clinical, or even so pleasant, if you can believe it. The following details have been extrapolated from the information previously unreleased to the public, or at least previously unreported by news outlets. These details of the crime are based on the official police testimony of Sachiko Shinazaki herself. Evidently, the victims were bound, blindfolded, and spaced out on the floor, then killed one by one. One was repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen with the aforementioned pair of scissors, and that had many of their internal organs forcibly dug out. His discarded innards were found partially buried beneath the earthen floor of the basement room. That was after the head dozens upon dozens of times, to such an extent where all flesh and bone above her jawline was essentially minced away. My blindfold removed. The sight that appeared before me was more horrific than anything I could possibly imagined. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all. It was one of the children. It was a little girl. Her face dyed red with the blood of her victims. What? She was staring intently at me with the soul's gray eyes, and then she started giggling. She was opening and closing the bloody scissors over and over again, the sound kept echoing through the room. Then she took the dull, rusty scissors of blood-soaked blades, and slowly brought them closer and closer to my left eye. Why is it you? No. No shot. The third victim was stabbed in the left eye an indeterminate number of times until her eyeball became soup-like in consistency. She was eventually just left like that, slowly bleeding to death in horrible agony. Strangely, it was only after these mutilations that I'd been inflicted that the killer went back and severed the victim's tongues. Learning about the truth in these proceedings makes it shocking to me, and makes it nearly impossible to the murder is anything but a monster. And bearing witness to every moment of this was a 7-year-old girl named Sachiko. In many ways, she's the most pitiable and long-suffering of them all, but it was through her tearful, frightened testimony of Yoshikazu Yanagihori that was officially charged. Now, going back to the hunt for information on this unfortunate girl's whereabouts, it was her words that ultimately led to Yoshikazu's sentencing. Therefore, it comes to no real surprise that sensitive information pertaining to her and her family would be withheld, as to be expected. What's not expected, however, is that there is not even the slightest trace of information left to find, as if it simply never existed. Therefore, I cannot help but consider alternate possible explanations, and I remind you this is mere conjecture. But one question that keeps nagging in the back of my mind is, was Yoshikazu Yanagihori really the murderer of the three victims? Is it possible that this was not actually perpetrated by him at all? Think about it. In his final days, Yoshikazu was incapable of communicating with others through speech, and despite his childlike reversion, he's always been a personable and friendly man. As saying goes, he wouldn't have hurt a fly. All his relatives, friends, and neighbors confirmed him as much, shocked to hear that such a kindly man would commit such unreasonable atrocities. He certainly had no motive for the crime either. There's nothing for him to gain from it. Then again, he may have simply lost his mind. I mean, look at his father. It was around the same time that Principal Takumi Yanagihori began speaking in tongues and acting in a most peculiar way, not to mention scribbling out incomprehensible gibberish all over the walls as possessed. He seemed frightened of someone, and would often be found crouching in the corner of his office, moaning and thrashing when visitors came by. If he could wind up with such a beleaguered state with no warning, then perhaps so too could his son. I believe that we're looking at a curse far more powerful than any man could devise. From the time it opened its doors to the day it closed them forever. Heavenly hosts elevated to a sealed basement room has existed as some form of cursed ground. And to find the underlying curse, we must go back to beyond the infamous kidnapping and murder incident. Back a whole 20 years. I believe I may have found a clue that could shed some light on the situation, maybe a bit far-fetched as the leads go, but it's a lead nonetheless. Regrettably, since Heavenly Host was not only closed down and demolished altogether, another school had built in its place. It's no longer possible to investigate the basement room directly, but my protege has found what may be the next best thing. Something that can make the impossible possible once more. Preparations being made to pursue this lead even now. I wonder if his protege is Naho Seinoki, the girl who shows up and is like, she was like the charm hunter or the occult guy. You know what I'm talking about. Be sure not to miss an installment. It may be the scoop of a lifetime. Kokibiki, 2003. Continued in Chapter 5. Look at that. We got all the endings and the true ending to Chapter 4. We got both of the achievements. So, we got Yoshigata and Yumi return to the real world, yet they're gonna have to be fished back. Attacked and killed by a child spirit. We got plunged into the chest, pool drain, drowned, and then, of course, Miss Yui's last moments. So, that is it for Corpse Party Chapter 4. I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.